What is good, everybody? In today's video, I want to talk about this manga right here, One Punch Man. I don't know what I'm going to title this video, something along the lines of I hate One Punch Man or One Punch Man is trash, something like that. Bit of a clickbaity title because I actually do love One Punch Man, but I mean, this is something that we got to talk about. The One Punch Man, in essence, is a really great story. I love the wide range of characters. I love the art style, of course, by Yusuke Murata and the writing of One. However, though, what you guys are seeing right now is volume 17, okay? If you guys have watched the anime, well, you probably have watched the anime because the anime is great. Season 2, obviously, we got a different studio, whatever like that, but this is where Season 2 ends. So if you guys want to continue on from Season 2 to the manga, then you start at volume 17, Zombie Man on the front, who's a really dope character, by the way. I love Zombie Man. It comes in where Garo is facing all the heroes, right? You got Genos, you got Bang, and I think his brother's here too, yeah. Bang and his brother, there's the iconic tree scene where he picks up the tree and chucks it at people. It's freaking awesome. Garo eventually gets dragged away by the Phoenix guy, and they get taken away. They fight Cinchoro, I believe his name is. I mean, just the artwork in general is just really dope. I don't know how many volumes this arc was beforehand, but we're gonna get into a current arc, which I believe we're still on. So anyway, though, there goes King, the biggest capper in all of the One Punch Man world. I mean, it's hilarious every time he comes around, but my goodness, I realized that he had these 3 scars here. I wonder if that was inspired by Shanks. We gotta talk about One Piece at some point as well, because my goodness, is just so much happening in the manga and the anime. It's all terrible. So yeah, so King shows up to cap One Punch Man. Saitama comes in with his seriously serious punch. I mean, and it's just beautiful. Every page turn is amazing, right? And then he, does everything in one punch, and we all go home, and thus starts the next arc. Now, I'm gonna show you guys something, okay? Like I said, you are anime only, and the anime's been on hiatus or whatever with that. I think they just announced that we are getting a season 3. So season 3 should collect. Again, this is volume 17, and the arc continues into volume 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Notice how it keeps going. 24, 25, 26. Love this cover, by the way. 27. And it's still not over. The arc is still going on. This is 10 volumes. From 17 to 27. That is 10 volumes. We are 10 volumes in. Hundreds of chapters, and the arc is still going. I had to stop collecting this because I ran out of space. I have no space to house all these chapters. It is ridiculous. Saitama's barely in it. He comes in volume 23 to like do something. I think he just takes a bath as well, which is, it's funny. It's One Punch Man, but like, it's ridiculous. So for the first like 15 volumes, you get no Saitama. You get all these characters with names and backstories. I kid you not. It's ridiculous. The first part of the story wraps up like right around here in volume 26, where you find out who the main big bad is, and it's this chick here named Psychos, and you got Tatsumaki, and so they fight. It's freaking epic. Tornado is basically like, if this world didn't have Saitama, you would have Tatsumaki, which I think also was inspired by Mob Psycho, because a none of one stories and properties, which is fantastic. But Tatsumaki, this whole fight as well, it has gone on completely off the rails. I mean, in the manga, past volume 27, she's tired, she's unconscious. There's a scene where like she's fighting completely unconscious. It's ridiculous. It's fun. I love it. But at the same time, though, it's like, can we wrap this up? So you find out this chick, Psychos, is the main big bad from the start. She's the whole monster leader of the association. She's sexy. She's hot. I actually took some visual cues. Like when I was coming up with Amara's costume, a character from my story, I looked at Psychos, and I really liked this kind of sash around her thing. I thought, oh, you know what? That's kind of genius. That's why Amara has that golden abdomen plate around her body. It was a very nice visual thing that I never would have thought of if I didn't read this book. So they're fighting. The fight goes on and on and on. Psychos is also a psychic, but of course she's not more powerful than our hero Tatsumaki. Her sister as well is a little bit more powerful too, but obviously not more powerful than her sister. The artwork though is fantastic. You can find tons of videos of Yusuke actually drawing these panels, drawing these pages, and I mean, it's stupendous. I mean, like, that guy really just, I don't know, like, there's no under sketch really. He kind of just goes into it and then erases whatever he needs to and just starts all over if need be. But I mean, overall though, I mean, it's just beautiful. I wish we got to see more of that from other creators, but I think Murata, I think these chapters come out like monthly or like every so often. So I mean, you know, and he just live streams it, or I don't know where they get the videos from, but I mean, just really dope though to see like a creator behind the panels. I wish we had to see it from more professionals as well, like Horikoshi. I would love to see Oda draw, or how his thought process with coming up with characters, stuff like that. You know, because they really don't even do too many interviews as well. And there was a Horikoshi interview back when My Hero was about to end, and you can't find it anymore. Like, I don't even know what it was called. It wasn't even in English. It was in Japanese and whatever like that. But it was just great though to see Horikoshi in full body. We got to hear his voice. We got to see his office. We got to see him draw. I mean, there was just a whole lot to dissect in the video, and now you really just can't find it, which sucks. But again, though, my main thing with One Punch Man is how long this arc has gone on. It's absolutely ridiculous. Artwork is beautiful. The story itself is great. You got a lot of great moments. Talking about coming out with a season 3, I have no idea what they're going to adapt, because again, this is 10 volumes of just pure story. Another thing too with One's writing style was that, which is something that I also have adopted as well. It's the fact that like they have actual conversations. They can kind of feel like a drag to get through depending on, and I'll show you guys an example of that. All right, we actually got to come all the way back to volume 20, because believe it or not, 17 and 18, there's a whole lot of talking, but I think that they really get ramped up in this volume, if I do remember. Yeah, so with One's writing style, right, is that like he'll literally sit all the characters down and talk about getting up, you know. And there's a whole lot of plot points that we go over, which I've also adopted into my story, which I kind of got a little bit of criticism for. But I think though that this is nice, you know, setting up so a bunch of stuff that's gonna happen later. And it's a really brilliant thing. But again, like, this goes on forever. As a reader though of that, sometimes again it can feel like a drag. I at least tried to condense it all down into a couple like pages. You know what I mean? One really goes all in on it. So you have these people sitting down talking. They're talking some more. Tatsumaki kind of chimes in. You got Flashy Flash is actually really dope. I didn't think that I would like this guy, but Flashy Flash is cool, especially in his volume. Zombie Man as well. I was shocked at the amount of hype they gave Zombie Man. I think Pig God 2 got a little bit of a fight as well. I don't remember it though, but I know he got into a fight. We've seen him actually do something. This big black guy, lame. Child Emperor, he's cool. His fight was dope too. I think he got a couple fights actually, and like him and his gadgets. Putty Prisoner, embarrassing. Don't really care for the character, but he is funny. Atomic Samurai, he's dope as well. His fight where he had to, every time he chops a guy, he becomes another version of himself, is incredible. As you see though, they're just talking and talking and talking, talking and talking and talking, talking some more. This guy comes in, starts talking. I don't know how to say his name, but this whole thing is about being beautiful. I believe he's a model of sort. Yeah, he just cares way too much about what he looks like. And he fights someone who is hideous and he can't take it. It's funny, but it's also like not. He also fights that slave chick with the whip. Beautiful chapter, by the way. I don't know what volume that is. They have a little bit of a fight, and she rips his mask off, and we see what he is underneath, or we kind of get a glimpse of it. I think he's a doll. I don't know if it's been revealed like what exactly he is, but he's kind of a fake man. I believe Yusuke Murata incorporates some digital effects to his story. I believe he draws like all stuff on paper, and then he goes into some kind of digital workstation and tightens everything up. Sometimes that can look a bit jarring, and other times it looks absolutely incredible, and it only adds to the pages versus takes away or makes it look inconsistent. But again though, we just go on and on and on with the talking, and then we come back to King in Saitama's room, and he's playing video games and eating hot pot and all that, and they finally say, you know, let's go, in a huge, great, and big spread. You got Flashy Flash in the foreground here. I think you can find the video of Murata actually drawing this. I would have no idea how to go about incorporating so many characters. Like even the big black guy gets cut off. So this obviously is a giant image, just condensed down. And you see how where they cropped it to. They cropped it down here. And so you lose the big black guy. So that's kind of racist. This is volume 20. So 17. So after 3 volumes of talking, they finally decide to go out and do something. It's just epic. You know, we got the new Genos. Okay, so instead of going all out now, he now has a 10-second cooldown. Or he has 10 seconds to use full power, and then he gets a cooldown of sort before he pushes past his limits too much and gets shut down. Genos is incredible. I mean, he's a cyborg who is infatuated with his master Master Saitama. It's brilliant, it's beautiful. Wouldn't have it any other way. Blizzard is kind of annoying, but she's kind of hot, so whatever. These character designs too. I mean, I wouldn't know how to even go about drawing this and keeping it consistent, because like how does Hirata keep all this stuff consistent? You know, when you have so many varying characters, so many designs, so many things to draw. Then you got like Bang and Blizzard Queen or Princess, you know, their costumes are just full black. As also an artist and writer of my own series, I mean, I get it, but I do tend to forget what some certain characters look like. These guys even go out as well. They say that they're going to go join the fights as the new Blizzard bunch, at least in her mind. Delusions, characters with names, so on and so forth. Characters with names and backstories, and they're fighting monsters. And this is all before they even make it to the actual tunnel. They get a nice little ambush, and there's that big epic shot with Tatsumaki and this guy. Watching Yusuke actually do this panel, because you can find like this entire panel being done by him on YouTube. It's great. Like I said, he uses these digital effects afterward, but you can see him though draw this character, you know, Tatsumaki, and it is brilliant. Like I said, I love One Punch Man. I just wish that after volume 27 they would have wrapped it up, but it just keeps on going. I do want to take a look at volume 27 because I forget what happens, but I believe we get the big reveal of Psychos. Oh my. This is where things really start to ramp up. Like after all those chapters, after 10 volumes, we finally get into the meat and potatoes of what this was all leading to. And then we got the big black guy versus the tiny white guy, even though they're both Japanese. It was a pretty dope fight. The big black guy won first, and then Garo pulled out his whip and brought him back 400 years. Again, absolutely incredible. Again, I had to stop collecting the volumes because I have no space for them. Okay, and I've reduced myself to reading it online now. I stopped doing that also because I'm just not interested in what's going on anymore. The artwork is still great, but like Yusuke Murata is someone who will literally draw an entire dogfight. I mean, the next like the way this ends. Hold on, they freaking split the sky open. They split the sky. They split the horizon. They split time and space. You know, Tatsumaki can't believe what she's seeing. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Just the sheer scope and magnitude that Yusuke is able to capture is absolutely incredible. I don't even know what this is. Like I couldn't tell you what this is. This looks like something out of Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog, but or maybe it's like the sun or something. It might be the sun, but a whole lot of texture to it. I have no idea. What is this? It resembles brain cells. Okay, so this is probably like the inside of her mind. So this is what I was saying before, that Yusuke based the design off of some kind of neurological entity inside all of us, our bodies, our minds, whatever like that. But yeah, so Tatsumaki, oh, hold on, wait a minute, look at that. Yeah. So it ends with this giant Dragon Ball Z kind of fight thing. Again, brilliant, incredible. But as you can see though, right? What I was getting at, Yusuke Murata will draw every single panel. He draws this entire series as if it were animated, laying out all the blueprints, leaving the animators no room for in-between, which I love. But at the same time, though, he will draw the characters flying away, thinking, characters running, panels of tsunamis, panels of waterfalls and glaciers and things coming out of it. And same scene, just a different perspective. Fantastic, right? It shows his skill as an artist. But do we really need to see that? I mean, this, like I said, the sheer scope and magnitude of this is, you know, he's just showing off, which is great. But look how, though, right? He will show. Look at this. These are all panels of just rubble, debris. Like, just seeing this sets the stage, okay? But then he'll go in and individually show you, okay, right? In the background, we got Tatsumaki looking over the horizon. She flicks her finger, whip, and then she starts throwing. She did this. Hold on, wait a minute. She did this, and she throws the rocks, the giant boulders at Psychos here, right? And you just see panel after panel destruction. And look, right? He's literally drawing the fight. You know, and the scene's going forever. Now, somebody told me about this yesterday that I don't draw fight scenes. Okay, my main inspiration for fight scenes is One Piece. I focus on big, over-the-top moments depending on the scene. Breaking the fight down, kind of like Naruto or One Punch Man with that. This is too much. I'm not drawing all this. I have no problem drawing all this for something big, but for minute scenes does not need does not need this, okay? We see though, Murata will draw the beginning, middle, and end of every sequence, right? And the boulders didn't even hit yet, okay? The boulders hit right here, or at least they're about to. The rock hits, it goes through her. The rock splits, because we need to see that in a giant elongated panel, not, you know, cut. Some more debris and rubble. And then there's a about to emerge, and then we emerge, and then we get a shock. Again, all of this could just be one double page, or all, you know, again, a nice sexy panel of Psychos here. We get this big storm shot. Again, it's incredible, right? We obviously can't see it because it's completely cut off, but that's okay. A lot of these double page spreads, we completely just cannot see it at all. It is absolutely atrocious. Like, I can't see this. Like, at all. Epic panel right here. I might steal this. So while she's fighting and all this, she's saving folks. She got pretty much all the heroes out of the underground and brought them all to the surface. Like I said, One Punch Man is an incredible series. I don't think that because it goes on for so long that you shouldn't get invested. I mean, it's kind of like One Piece. There's some things that I don't like, but there's a lot more to like, and I think that it's worth getting into. I just wish though that I didn't have to stop collecting, but I don't have the space for all these volumes. I really don't. But there you go. One Punch Man. I guess you can call this a bit of a review, a bit of a rant. Regardless of what you want to call it, it's great. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I just released chapter 8 of my series titled Knife of the Horizon. If you guys would like to read it, as always, it is linked in the bio. Because I can't put it in the description because I got to give them my identification to do that, which I think is stupid. Democracy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.